Are you looking to improve your video sound without buying an expensive microphone? Then the Rode VideoMicro 2 might be the answer. In this video, we'll look at the mic specifications and perform real-world tests to see if it's worth buying. The Rode VideoMicro 2 is a passive microphone, which means it has no batteries and draws its power from the 3.5mm connection to the camera. The mic is a shotgun mic, which means it's directional, designed to pick up audio directly in front of it. Its size is, well, tiny and very lightweight, measuring just 80mm in length and weighing just 39 grams, so very portable. And out of the box, the VideoMicro 2 microphone comes with a shock mount, a foam windshield, a furry windshield, comes with two types of patch cables, which are a TRS to TRRS and a TRS to TRS. For most cameras, you'll be using the TRS to TRS cable though. And currently in the studio, I'm using the Shure SM7B microphone, which is great quality, but hardly portable. So let's swap now the audio to the Rode VideoMicro 2 and see how different it sounds. I will use this mic as it is mounted to my camera, the Sony ZV-E10, and I'm using that TRS to TRS cable I mentioned before into the 3.5mm microphone port on the camera. And you can see that it's using the isolation mount, which Rode has called Helix because of the design. It's plasticky and springy, but it is also very lightweight, and I do find that it does a good job while walking around to isolate kind of like the footstep sounds. We'll hear a much better example of that a little later in the outdoor tests. The Rode VideoMicro 2 has a super cardioid pickup pattern, which you would expect from all shotgun microphones. And this just means that sound from directions other than straight on from the end of the mic shouldn't be picked up as much. Makes this mic great for picking up sound from a single direction. Let's do a little test of this now. I'll move around and I'll keep speaking at the same volume. So still speaking at the same volume off to the one side, still speaking at the same volume back in front, still speaking at the same volume round the side, still speaking at the same volume round the back. And you'll notice the closer I get to the microphone, the fuller the sound is, and more natural as you move away. So fuller as I move forward, it almost sounds like an audiobook or something. Whoa, that's close. And then further back sounds a little bit more natural. Both are suitable for different types of recording. Where I'm sat here is probably just under a metre away from the microphone. And while I don't think it's comparable in quality to the Shure SM7B, its quality for indoors is very good. For a full review of the Shure SM7B, to see if that's a better mic for you, check out this video here. And for more videos like this, please subscribe to the channel as it helps me out a lot. So now let's test the microphone in a few different situations. Outdoors, where we can really hear how the mic sounds in real world conditions, and then using the two different provided windshields. Okay, so here is the microphone, the built-in microphone on the ZV-E10. I'm using the little provided wind muff that comes with it, and as you can hear, it's a pretty windy day by the seaside here, so I think this is a pretty good extreme conditions, well not extreme conditions, but pretty good windy conditions test for these two microphones. So this is the onboard one, and I'm going to swap now to the Rode microphone. So here we can hear the difference between the onboard microphone and the Rode microphone. So I'm using the Dead Cat wind muffler as provided rather than the smaller cover or no cover at all. So hopefully that makes a difference to what is quite a windy morning. And yeah, the thing about the audio level is that you have to change your audio level in the camera rather than in the microphone, which means that if it's not right on the spot, you have to put your camera down and change the level, which isn't ideal. It'd be nice for it to have those options on the camera. But yeah, as you can hear, this is what it sounds talking to into the Rode microphone. Okay, so I'm back inside now, not in my usual surroundings, as you can tell, and I've done some things that I wouldn't normally do when recording a video. I've left the window open, so there's a lot more ambient sound than you would probably normally expect from a video. And that's because I want to test out the Rode VideoMicro 2 in kind of more real life scenarios. So currently I've still got the Dead Cat wind muff from outside still on. So this is how it sounds with that on, but in a more indoor, less windy environment, but still quite a lot of background noise. But now I'll swap to the... There's a truck going past, so let's see how my voice sounds with that going on in the background. But now I'm going to swap to this windshield, see how that sounds in comparison. So now this is the Rode VideoMicro with the foam windshield in comparison. Don't know how different that sounds, we'll find out when we edit the video and we listen back to it. But this is a good real-world example of what this microphone sounds like when there's a decent amount of background noise, but still indoors. Okay, and this is what the Rode VideoMicro 2 sounds like with no windshield on at all. I've taken them both off, so it's just the microphone with no windshield on. This could be interesting when we've got so much ambient sound in the room, but yeah, this is what it sounds like. But just for a last little test, I'm going to also compare it to the onboard microphones on the ZV-E10, just for a little comparison. So there we go, back to just the onboard ZV-E10 microphones now. So hopefully you can hear the difference between the onboard microphone and the VideoMicro 2, and well, does it sound any different? Let's get back to the studio where I will have had time to listen back to them and, well, really come up with what I think about this microphone. So back in the studio now, you can hear the difference between the Rode VideoMicro 2 and the ZV-E10's onboard microphones. Whilst they both have positives and negatives, I definitely think you get a much fuller sound from the Rode, covering more of the frequency range and making for a deeper, more natural sound. I also think my voice sounds much clearer than using the ZV-E10's microphones, which is exactly what you would need from outdoor recording. However, as I'm sure you noticed, the volume of the sound is definitely an issue with the VideoMicro 2. The wind is very noticeable and distracting. This is quite disappointing when compared to the onboard microphones, where it wasn't anywhere near as noticeable. I used the provided wind mufflers when recording outdoors for both the camera and the microphone, so if this is going to be the main use for you needing a microphone, then the Rode probably won't be the right choice for you. However, when recording indoors in a slightly more controlled environment and you need a lightweight and very portable microphone, which you can just put in a small bag, then the VideoMicro 2 performs very well, especially when keeping the microphone close to you when speaking. And that's the exact reason I bought the Rode VideoMicro 2. I wanted something quick and easy to set up without the audio suffering too much. At its current price of $80, I'd still say it's a bit too expensive for its performance. It's worth bearing in mind the price does fluctuate quite a lot and has dropped as low as $50, so definitely worth thinking about at that lower price. For my purposes, it's performing the job well, but it still isn't an instant recommendation from me. Would you like me to do more microphone reviews specifically for cameras? Let me know in the comments below. And if you've enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing to the channel and dropping a like on the video. But until next time, see ya.